You're watching Wake Up! I'm Jesse Pettibone, and here are Monday's biggest moments delivered straight to your Instagram so you can stay woke. Lights, the icon, legend, and star, who recorded an entire album and wrote and illustrated a comic series coordinating with it, won Pop Album of the Year at the Junos. Now, if only American radios played good music despite who may have paid them to play Meghan Trainor. Officers were not charged in the murder of Alton Sterling, which is tragically the rule and not the exception. Also of note, Baton Rouge's city council does not reflect the racial representation of the city, and they just happen to also have failed to pass multiple rules since Sterling's death. It is possible to not make personal attacks on the Parkland students and think that we should probably not increase surveillance on people with mental health issues, despite that being one of the policies the Parkland students are pushing. 13 pipeline protesters were acquitted today on grounds that climate change made it necessary for them to commit civil disobedience, which is both this and also this. And also, like, damn it, climate change. Despite the White House regime falsely claiming that citizenship questions have been on the census, it's actually been intentionally left off because the Bureau fears that if it's on there, people will not fill out the census, and then we can't guess population correctly, and then we can't allocate funds or run social services. But go off. The brother of Stephen Clark led protesters in an interruption that temporarily shut down Sacramento City Council meeting today. The police chief has called for an independent investigation into Stephen Clark's murder. Today's wake-up call, the police chief also said he just doesn't know why the police officers turned off their body cam audio before murdering Stephen Clark. But like, we all know why. Racism. Both branches of Maryland state legislature passed automatic voter registration today. Now, if the governor tries to veto it, it will still pass, and then he'll look like he hates people voting, and based on his track record, that's possible, but unlikely. Kim Jong-un had his first diplomatic trip to China, and he said he'd give up his nukes if the US and South Korea responded with goodwill, which sounds nice, but also way too good to be true, so what's the sitch? Russia and Saudi Arabia have begun working on a 10 to 20 year oil deal because their year-to-year deals are too volatile for the market. But like, the earth cannot physically keep going on oil that long, so like, your deal's unrealistic, my dudes. Today's wake-up call, Saudi Arabia announced today they'll be building the world's largest solar farm. This from the country whose oil backs the American dollar and who will not actually reveal how much oil they have. Is this Saudi Arabia's checkmate? I don't know, I'm not an expert in international affairs. Teachers in parts of Syria are teaching school in basements to avoid bomb blasts while still giving kids an education, which is like a good metaphor for when people are like, capitalism breeds innovation. Like, cool. People are dying. According to the Bureau of Labor Statistics, millennials are spending more on rent and less on education than any other generation. So put that on a pillow and sleep on it. The White House regime has ended a rule that prevented ICE agents from detaining pregnant women. Today's wake-up call, if you have yet to read one of the Twitter streams about everything Facebook and Google know about you, it's literally everything. And then some. And also everything about everyone you've ever talked to. I'll see you all right here on Monday for more Wake Up. Until then, remember, every day is a chance to get better. Every day is a chance to get better. Every day is a chance to get better. Every day is a chance to get better.